Hi everyone, Renee here with my summer evening skincare routine. These days it's sunny until like 9 p.m. so I have a lot of sunscreen to take off. And as usual, it starts with the first oil-based cleanse. I ran out of my beloved Hamish and have been trying this new one from Noonie, their Snowflake Jelly Cleansing Oil. The packaging is really handy. This is a little different from the other sherbet cleansers I've tried in that it's a much thinner consistency. So I feel like I need to use a little more product in order to melt off all those layers. This formula is actually really similar to the Botanic Farm Grain Ferment Cleansing Sherbet minus all the fermented extracts. The performance is similar and it doesn't have the mineral oils. This still removes all my eye makeup, although not as easily as some of the other oil-based cleansers I've used. I wet my hands to emulsify the cleanser. It emulsifies nicely, it gets the job done, and doesn't leave any residue on your skin. For the second cleanse, I've been using Drunk Elephant's Bestie, and I've been loving this gentle jelly cleanser. After using this, my skin feels smooth and hydrated. I apply the jelly to my damp face, and it turns satisfyingly milky as I lather it. This is a mild cleanse, but it's thorough. In fact, it's so gentle you can even use it over your eyes. This rinses off completely clean and leaves my skin feeling hydrated and smooth and just not stripped at all. Like all of Drunk Elephant's products, this does not contain any harsh irritants or any ingredient that might possibly sensitize your skin. This also has cantaloupe extract and of course marula oil. There is no scent to this. Right after cleansing, I use my NIOD Copper Amino Isolate Serum 1%. This is 1% pure copper tripeptide, which is an anti-aging peptide. This will pretty much target all signs of aging and is something that decreases in our skin over time, which does affect our skin health. Usually, products will contain about 1/10 of this concentration. And I feel like with use, this has made some noticeable difference together with some of the other products in my routine, particularly in the way my skin texturally feels, which is more youthful, so much smoother, and more supple and soft. This formula is very thin and watery and contains a very low molecular weight hyaluronic acid, so it pretty much just disappears into my skin. I feel like it's actually not hydrating enough for me, so I always follow this with a hydrating toner essence. So I'm using my Pyongyangmule essence and just one skin tonight. Next, I alternate retinol oil and my vitamin C serum. Vitamin C one night, retinol the other. You guys have all been wondering, I'm using NIOD's ethylated L-ascorbic acid 30% network. This is pure L-ascorbic acid in ethylated form, which is highly stable in any condition, including water, even though this serum is still water-free. I will talk about this in more detail, but do know that this is really strong stuff, which is why I use it every other night, but it took a while before my skin adjusted. I would have next day sensitivity, but also my skin would look really high definition and depleted for a while. But because it's such a high percentage acid, it really did brighten things up. I like the way it applies. It's slightly oily even though there is no oil in it, but it sinks in really fast. Sometimes I apply the drop directly to my face, so I don't have to use as much. But there's no immediate stinging like the 23% suspension, although the sensitivity may come the next day. On the alternate nights, I'm using Pestle & Mortar's Superstar Retinol Night Oil. I finished using the Ordinary's 2% Advanced Retinoid, so I moved on to this. This is similar to Sunday Riley's Luna. They all use hydroxypinacolone retinoate, but I much prefer this over the Luna. I love the oils in here. There's no unbearable pungent scent, and there are no dyes. It's just a lovely oil serum. Between the copper serum and alternating the vitamin C and this, I have no need for any extra exfoliation and my skin feels transformed. On the nights that I use this, I skip the next step, which is oil serum. On the nights that I use the 30% ethylated ascorbic acid, I will use an oil serum for the additional nourishment because my skin will really need it. So this is one of the first oil serums I fell in love with. I keep repurchasing it, and I love it for the summer along with the 5 Yina because these are oils mixed with serum, so they're lighter. This is EcoCert and mixes a beautiful oil blend of argan, camellia, jojoba, evening primrose, carrot seed, and pumpkin oil with a bunch of fermented plant and root extracts. In the evening, I'll pair the Sub-Q eye serum with something that I'm revisiting and remembering how much I love, which is Wamisa's Organic Flowers Eye Essence. This looks different because it's been repackaged. I much prefer the glass packaging from before. This formula, like all of Wamisa's products, is just gorgeous. This is a lightweight but potent sort of creamy gel essence. it immediately hydrates the area around your eyes and sinks in fast. Typical Gothamista, this formula is water-free, so it's concentrated with aloe and chrysanthemum extracts. It's full of fermented goodness like green tea and lotus. So through the spring, I've been using this Lakshmi Crème de Nil Pore Refining Moisture Veil. You can see that the consistency is actually quite milky rather than emollient, so it's very lightweight. But don't be fooled, because this is really highly potent in fatty acids. So if you're not a fan of dewiness on your skin, this is not for you. I personally like it because it does make my skin dewy, but I prefer to use it in the evening because it's just so seriously moisturizing. And there are no silicones in this formula, which is something I really like the idea of, so the nutrients don't get obstructed and stuck on the surface of your skin. This really doesn't have a lot of gratuitous stuff in it, which is also why the liquidy formula is sort of lumpy in the jar, but it's smooth as silk when you apply it on your skin. The scent isn't my favorite, but it's not bad. So I have a new lip mask that I'm loving. I ran out of my Laneige one, but this one, in my opinion, is just as good. I was actually really surprised. This is Nooni's Water Blending Lip Mask. Use a very little bit, it goes a long way. This is great for sun-exposed or sunburned lips, luxurious ingredients, no mineral oils. This is a new favorite. So that's my evening routine. I'll be doing more detailed reviews of some of these products in my new blog and future videos, so stay tuned.